All right, we're gonna start with a quick release for the low back before we get moving. So grab your green ball, and we're gonna go just in the low back. I'm gonna just kind of show you real quick. I want you to find your front hip bones, and then just wrap your thumbs around the back side of your pelvis and see if you can walk your thumbs up the back of the pelvis so you kind of dive back into your low back. That's kind of the rim of the crust of the pelvis. So I want to be above that and then just to the right of my spine. Okay, so it's going to be a little higher than you think, right? It's not low like by your tailbone. It's pretty high up. So I want to just kind of come up and over the top rim of your pelvis there. So let's start on the right side. You're just to the right of the spine. Place both feet on the floor. And then slowly bring that right knee into your chest. And you should feel the muscles just on the right side of the spine kind of create a little bit more pressure into the ball. And there shouldn't be any like sharp shooting, zingy pain. So we have a lot of nerves coming out of the sides of the spine here, so just to make sure that we're not on anything that's impinged or feeling painful. But it should feel like there is a stop, but not a hard stop, right? You're not hitting bone, you're hitting something that's got some resistance, but there is a little bit of give. And we're just gonna take maybe just 3 nice deep full breaths here, just trying to wake up a little bit of this tissue and let it relax. Maybe just 2 more deep breaths here. And I just keep my left foot on the floor just so I can really continue to encourage my pelvis to kind of tip backwards, right? Kind of get this posterior tilt. As though I'm dropping the waistband of my pants down towards the floor. 1 more big breath. Good, place the right foot on the floor, just lean to the side and pull the ball out. Maybe just take notice from left to right, any differences. And then we're gonna do the same thing on the left. So you can roll over to the right a little bit, kind of wedge that ball right at the top of your pelvis and just to the left of your spine. So if you feel like you're hitting bone, just move it over or up a little bit till you find that kind of soft tissue stop. And then slowly bring that left knee in towards your chest. And we're here for about 4 breaths. Nice full inhale and exhale. See if you can try to do this 3D breathing, right? So I want to feel like I'm breathing into the sides of my ribs, expanding them to the side of the room. I want to feel like I'm breathing into the back side of my body where I can create a little more pressure into the ball. And I want to feel like I'm breathing up into my belly and my chest as well. Really trying to use the full capacity of the lungs and the diaphragm. Take 1 more big full inhale and exhale. Good. Place the left foot on the floor. Go ahead and just lean up to the side and set your ball off somewhere you're not going to step on it. All right, bring your knees into your belly and just get a little rocking back and forth on the low back. Good, place the feet down on the floor. We're just gonna get those little windshield wipers. Maybe take your arms into cactus. And you can take these slow. You can take them a little bit quicker. We're not moving too fast. We're just starting to move the spine a little bit, starting to move the knees, taking care that we just lengthened everything in the low back. So as you move, just be gentle. Good, bring the legs back into tabletop. Go ahead and come all the way into, you're gonna lay your arms up by your side. You have your legs up in tabletop. And then we're gonna just start by opening the knees and closing the knees. Open and close. So I just wanna feel this kind of butterfly action with the knees. My feet are gonna stay together. Move the knees away from your chest. So I wanna feel like they're stacked over your hips the best you can. Maybe they're even a little bit out in front of the hips if that feels like something you can do while keeping your bottom ribs on the floor. Okay, I don't want those to come away from the ground. Just go for a few more here. Good, now bring your hands behind your head, peel your head and shoulders up. You're gonna do this kind of same idea with your elbows. So as your knees close, elbows close. As your knees open, arms open. Close, open. Try to get your low back to be nice and heavy on the floor. Let's go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Open those arms, keep the knees nice and wide, and take your legs out to straight, squeeze them to a 45, and then pull them all the way in and see if you can tap into your elbows. Take them all the way out, squeeze, and then pull in wide and peel the hips up slightly. Take your time. There's 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring those knees back into this nice diamond shape. Take your hands through the legs, little pulses of the upper body. Pull and reach through those legs. Here we go for 8, 7, 6, 5. Make it small. 3, 2, 1. Head and shoulders come down. Little lifts of your hips. Little peel up, peel up. So I want you to feel like you're pushing down into your bottom ribs, drawing the belly button towards your spine as you try to peel the hips straight up towards the ceiling. Press into the arms. Here's 4, 3, 2, 1. One more time, hands come behind the head, pick up the head and shoulders. We're gonna do this drop and switch. So right leg drops, turn to the left, come back through center, turn to the right. Just switching back and forth. Here's 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 1. Good job. Bring your knees into your chest, give them a little hug. Take those legs out nice and long, stretch your arms up overhead. Good, maybe flex back on your toes. All right, here we go for the roll up. So you're gonna keep your heels planted in the ground, arms are overhead. On your exhale, bring those arms up towards the ceiling, head and shoulders peel up, roll yourself all the way to the top, and then round your back, and we're gonna just reach forward past the toes. Sit up tall, roll yourself all the way back. Just 5 like this. Inhale, exhale. Here's 4, you can keep that rounded spine. 3 more. 3, 2, 1 more. Good job. Go ahead and sit up tall. Just take the legs nice and wide like a V. And then from here, we're gonna bring the hands behind the ears, sit up nice and tall on those sit bones, flex your feet, push down into your heels. And we're just gonna turn the chest to the left and center. Just say the left, left, and center. So I wanna take all the rounding out of my back. If it's too much on your hamstrings, just bend those knees a little bit, but push down into your heels and keep your toes turned up. Cinch in your waist. So as you do this, I want you to think of it. Wringing out a rag, making the waist real small. Let's go for 5, 4, you can use that exhale. 3, to draw the abdominals in towards the spine. 2, 1, take it to the right. Going right, center. Right, center. Here's 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, last one. Good job. Go ahead and bring those legs in. Roll over onto your hands and knees. Get a couple of cat and cows here. Exhale, round your back. Press into your hands. Inhale, lift the chest, lift the sit bones. Draw the belly away from the floor. Exhale, round your back. Really try to get that spine to rise above your shoulder blades. And then inhale, let the shoulder blades glide together as the chest comes through. One more. Exhale, round. Inhale, lengthen. All right, find that neutral position here for the spine, right? So belly draws away from the floor, ribs are knitted. Go ahead and step the feet all the way back into your plank position here. And then we're just gonna take the hips over to the right. You're gonna rotate the hips to the right and then back to center. Take them over to the right and center. This is kind of a big up and over movement. Here's 8, 7, 6, tail is bones heavy towards your heels. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take it up and over to the left. Left, center. Left, center. Here's 8. Try to relax your neck. 7. If you need to be on your forearms, you can be on your forearms. 6, 5. We're almost there. 4. Cinch in the core. 3, 2, 1. Come back through center. Shift your hips all the way back and forward. Back towards your heels, forward over the wrists. Here's 8, 7. Push down into your first finger and thumb. 6. Feel like you're moving the mat forward. 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold it back. Butt back over your heels. Little pulses of the thighs. Here's 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Start to straighten into the legs. Slowly start to pedal the feet. Just take a moment to stretch out the back side of the body there. Keep pushing down into your hands like you're trying to spread the mat forward. Take your time to stretch the calves and the hamstrings here. Try to get your sit bones up towards the sky. So even if that means bending both knees. All right, that right leg is gonna inhale up and back. Reach to the back of the room. Really let the left heel start to drop towards the floor. And then when your exhale, shift forward, right knee is gonna come to that right elbow. And then I wanna take it down to the right wrist. Then you're gonna take it over the left wrist and up to the left elbow. Take it back to the right elbow. Right wrist, left elbow. 3 more. Right elbow, right wrist, left elbow, right elbow, right wrist, left elbow. Last one. Right elbow, right wrist, left elbow. Step it in between the hands. Good job. Okay, put your hands in between, put your hands on the inside of your right foot and start to let your hips just fall towards the floor. Give yourself just a couple of breaths here, letting everything kind of soften. Start to release and relax. Good, maybe just one more big breath here. Good, now place your right hand on your right knee, just get a rotation here, turning to the right. Maybe if you have the ability to bend the left knee and grab for that left foot, just taking another breath here, sinking the hips down towards the floor. Good, release the back foot if you've got it. Wiggle that right foot in between the hands and just hinge back at the hips. Pull the toes back, straighten the right leg. So I'm reaching the top of my head towards my toes, trying to get longer in the spine. Okay, so I'm trying to take some of the rounding out of it and see if I can really lengthen my sternum towards my big toe. Maybe just take one more breath here. Right sit bones heavy towards the floor. So slide that right foot back just enough that it's gonna be right into your knee, and then come on up onto that left knee in this kind of proposal position. Right hand can come onto your hip, left arm up to the ceiling. Now just check yourself that the belly's back and your tail is heavy, right? We're not arching into the low back here because we're gonna side bend over to the right. So you can have that right hand for support on the hip. Maybe the right hand goes onto a block, or maybe you can make it all the way to the floor. But I want you just to take a couple of deep breaths here, really reaching through those left fingertips, right? So the left arm is reaching over the ear, reaching to the right. Take a big breath into this left lung and really keep that energy through the fingers. And one more breath. Good, come back upright. Go ahead and place your hands down on either side of that right foot. Pick up that back knee. All right, now we're just gonna leave our weights for a minute, but if you have your weights somewhere close by, just put them on that side of your mat, the side of your mat. All right, so we're gonna look forward. We're on that ball of the left foot, and we're just gonna start to come all the way up to hover. Just think about this hovering over that right thigh. Really get the thigh to turn on. Press into the foot, wrap the right hip in, and then I want you to take both arms and reach them forward, over the ears, right? They're extending out with the left leg being behind you. And then you're gonna turn your palms to the floor and you're gonna pull those elbows back and you're gonna squeeze the elbows to touch behind you. And then you're gonna inhale, reach them forward and turn the thumbs back up to the ceiling. Turn the thumbs to face each other, pull the elbows back behind you, and then reach them forward and turn those thumbs back up. Let's go for 8. You can start to speed it up a little bit. 7, 6, 5, 4. Maybe feel like you're opening your chest. 3. Hug those elbows behind you. 2, 1. Hold those elbows back where they are. Slowly start to press all the way up onto that right foot. And then you're going to reach for the ceiling as you straighten into the right leg and pull the left knee into your chest. Okay, so slowly transitioning back. We're going to pull those elbows back down by your shoulders, bend your right knee, and step the left foot back and stay in this hinge. Okay, so that's our move. You can go a little quicker, but we're going to take our time, pressing into the right foot, coming all the way up, pulling the left knee to the chest, straightening the right leg, squeeze the right cheek. Then pull the elbows back down, soften the right knee, step the left foot to the back of the mat, and stay hinged forward. Okay, let's see if we can get 5 more. We're going all the way up, squeeze, all the way back, pull. There's 5. All the way up, squeeze, all the way back and pull. 4. I want you to feel that right glute. 3. Here's 2. Last one, hold it up, squeeze that right cheek. Take that left ankle, cross it over the right thigh as you sit down in a single leg chair. Hands come to the heart for prayer. So I've got this figure 4. I'm sitting my butt back, get a little hip stretch, balancing on one foot. Give me just one more breath. Good, slowly unwind. Step that left foot to the back of the mat. Both hands come down, step it back to plank. All right, we're taking that right hip dip all the way to the right, and we're moving all the way up and over to the left. So this time, you're making that full arch from right to left with the hips. Stand in plank. Here's 8, 7, 6, 5. Really zip the belly button up towards the spine. 3, 2, 1, and 1. Back to center. Look forward, drop the knees, pull the heels in. Let's do our chaturanga push-ups. But we're gonna go slow on the way down and fast on the way up. So we're gonna go 3, 2, 1, push back up. 3, 2, 1, push back up. Good. 3, 2, 1, push back up. 3, 2, 1, push back up. One more like this. 3, 2, 1, push back up. Now we're gonna go all the way down and push back up slow. So go down and then push up. 3, 2, 1, up. 1 down. 3, 2, 1, back up. 1 down, 3, 2, 1, back up. 1 down, 3, 2, 1, back up. Last one. 1 down, 3, 2, 1, back up. All the way to the belly. Good job. Take the tops of the feet back behind you. Lift through the inner thighs. And then you can just rest your head on your hands here. And we're just going to do our little swimmer kicks for just the legs. So I want you to root down through the pubic bone. Just let your head rest on your hands. Take just another couple of moments here, just kicking the legs. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now lift the head with the hands underneath you, just still kicking the legs, hovering the upper body here. Try to relax your neck. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Press the tops of the feet down into the floor. Bring your hands to your ears, and we're going to rotate to the left, center, right, center. It's not going to feel like you're going very far. But I want you to try to turn your chest to the side. Here we go for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, one more round. 1 and 1. All right, press back to child's pose. Take 2 breaths here, breathe into the low back, try to fill up that space behind your ribs. One more. Okay, now just sit up and let's just do a quick wrist stretch before we go into the other side, because I know we're on our wrists a lot. So see if you can turn your palms to face up and place your hands all the way down on the ground. So you've got your palms facing the ceiling, your fingertips pointed back at your knees, and then can you stick your thumbs in the middle of your hands and then grip with your fingers. Just trying to stretch the top of the wrists. Good. All right, maybe a couple circles. And let's do the other side. So hands down, tuck the toes, lift the hips, downward facing dog. All right, left leg's going up and back this time. Really reach it back. Try to get that right heel nice and heavy. All right, this is where we're gonna shift forward and make those little boxes. You only got 5 of them. So you're gonna take that left knee to the left elbow, take it to the wrist, take it over to the right elbow. I'm sorry, right wrist, right elbow. Left elbow, left wrist, right elbow. Left elbow, left wrist, right elbow. Left elbow, left wrist, right elbow. Last one, left elbow, left wrist, right elbow. Step it in between the hands, lower the knee, hands on the inside of that left foot. Just let yourself sink here for a couple of breaths. Try to let go of any gripping in the front of the right thigh. And those exhales should be really helpful with that. The exhale should be what kind of sends that message to just soften and release any gripping. Good, keep that left hand onto the left knee. Start to turn your chest to the left. And then if you've got the access to bend the right knee and grab for the right foot, you can go there. Again, just doing 2 more breaths here. Last one. Good, release that back foot. Wiggle that left foot into the center of your hands and straighten that left leg and pull back on the toes. So I want that left sit bone to be nice and heavy towards the floor. I want your toes to be pointed up. And I want you to think about taking the top of your head over your toes, sternum reaching to the front of the room. Take just maybe 1 or 2 more breaths. Good, slide that left foot in, so it's right under your knee. Come on up, and again, this is where I want you to really check that you're not doing a back bend, okay? So get your pelvis nice and heavy, tail towards the floor, draw the belly button back through your spine, take that right arm up to the ear, and then hinge up and over those left ribs. So you're not just compressing here, what you really think of getting taller, like you're unkinking that spinal hose, and then you're tilting up and over to the left, keeping that line really open. Give me just one more big full breath to that right rib cage. Good. Come on up and just place your hands down, tuck your back toes, and we're gonna just hover on that left foot. So come up just about to a straight line from the right heel to the top of your head. Bend your left knee, get that thigh working. I want you to feel that whole left glute compartment working, that whole left quad turned on. Press into the feet, bring those hands up to your shoulder height, reach them all the way forward, turn the thumbs up, and this time I want you to turn the palms all the way up. Okay, so the palms are gonna face the ceiling as you reach forward, then you're gonna pull those elbows all the way in behind you. Reach it forward, this time full rotation, palms face the ceiling, pull it all the way back in, palms face the floor. Here we go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, really turn those palms up, 2, last one. Bring those thumbs back by your shoulders. Here's where we're gonna float off that right foot. You're gonna come all the way up to standing. Bring the right knee to the chest, straighten the arms into the ceiling. Squeeze this left cheek. I wanna feel that leg get as straight as it can and hug the bone. Then slowly pull the thumbs back to your shoulders, bend the left knee, step the right foot back, stay forward in this hinge. All the way up. Squeeze the left cheek, pull the right knee up. And all the way back and step. Good, let's go for 5 more. Here we go, all the way up. 5. So really watch the transitions here. 4. I want you to be able to take your time as you step back. Use all that control. Try to keep that left knee going right over that second toe. Here's 3. 2 more. Use your belly, cinch it in, support your back. Here's 2. Last one, we're gonna hold it up there. Hold it up. Straighten that left leg, squeeze that left cheek. Good, now turn that right knee to the side and cross the right ankle on top of your left knee. Sit yourself back in your chair, bring your hands to a prayer position. So I'm just balancing, hug that left hip in, maybe sit a little deeper, get your butt way back, pull your belly away from your thighs. Just give me 3, 2, 1. Slowly step that right foot back, hands to the floor, step the left foot back, plank. Now just staying here, tail tucks towards your heels. We're just doing a little bending of the knees and straightening. A little bend and straighten. So I'm challenging my core here. I want to try to really keep this consistency through the spine, through the belly, and just move my knees. We're going for 6, 5, then reach your heels back. 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly the knees come all the way down. Walk those hands wide for your push-ups. Take your heels in. So you can always do this on your toes if you like. Let's go full range of motion all the way down, all the way up. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, all the way to the floor. Take the tops of the feet to the ground. Take your arms out like a T. Press into the palms. Just lift the head and shoulders enough that you feel your back muscles turn on. And then from here, we're gonna lift the arms all the way off the floor and just tap the fingertips down. Pick them all the way up and down. So I don't want this to strain your neck. I want your neck to be nice and relaxed and long. But I want you to try to squeeze the shoulder blades in towards each other as you lift those arms up off the floor. Maybe they come a little higher than your shoulders. Good. Here we go for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sweep those arms back. Pinkies turned up to the ceiling. Little lifts of the arms. Here's 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold the arms up. Little micro bend to the elbow, and then reach them straight and lift them. So I want you to feel like anytime you lengthen the elbows, that your arms are walking up a ladder. Take a little bend, big reach. Here we go for 7. Get those shoulders away from the floor. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest your forehead on your hands. I want you to bend your knees and bring your heels together. Now root down through your pubic bone, not your belly button, but your pubic bone. And then I want you to try to lift your thighs off the floor without dumping into your belly, okay? So keep that consistent pressure in your pubic bone. Lift your belly away from the floor, and then just see if you can lift your thighs to hover. Squeeze your glutes. Knees are separated. Here we go for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold the legs up. Straighten them out to a wide V. Pull the heels back in together. Straighten them out. Pull them in. Keep those thighs hovering off the ground. Here's 8, 7, lift your belly. 6. Try not to just lay in your low back. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take the legs back to straight. Keep them hovering. Take your arms out in front. Hold them up. Lift everything. Get longer. And bring your elbows or your hands into your elbows. Push back. Child's pose. Take 2 big breaths here. And I want you to really try to take it right into the low back. Right where we were having some pressure and some compression. And I want you to try to take deep breaths and fill up that space again. One more breath here. Okay. Plant those hands, tuck those toes, send it up, downward facing dog. All right, we got one more round of standing poses on both sides, and then you're out of here. So let's take this right leg up and back. Inhale, lengthen back. Really reach the toes to the back of the room. Press the hands down and forward. Now bring that right knee across to that left elbow, and then straighten that right leg, hopefully not right onto your waist. Straighten that right leg out to the side. Plant your right hand under your shoulder and turn yourself to the left. Yep. Now that arm's gonna reach up, and then I want that left arm to reach under you, like you're getting a little rotation, then open all the way back out. If this is a lot on that wrist and you need to come onto the forearm, you can, but keep pressing into the palm or that forearm and keep lifting your hips. Let's go for 7, 6, press into the feet, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Good job. Go ahead and place that left hand down, bring that right knee to your chest, step the right foot to the front of the mat. Now we're gonna come up into our warrior 2. So you're gonna pivot that left heel down, and we're gonna press into both feet as you come all the way up. So we've got that right knee going right over that second toe. Hips feel pretty level from side to side. Left foot's pressing down into the heel. So I want that thigh to kind of rotate a little bit forward. So if I look at my toes, and I've got a big clock on my mat, they're pointing like a kind of a 10 o'clock. All right, we're gonna reach down and grab the hand weights. All right, sink yourself down so you feel your legs working. Try to get your knee right over that right heel. From here, we're just gonna take this left hand right by your shoulder, and we're gonna punch it forward over the ear and side bend, and then you're gonna pull it back up and go upright. Now, if you want more weight, you can put both weights in one hand, but I want you to make sure you're cautious of your spine here. So maybe the lighter is better in some cases. All right, we're gonna go for 7. We're doing a side bend. 6, 5, get that right knee nice and bent. 4, press into the outer edge of your foot. 3 on that left side. 2, hold this side bend. Make this big circle with your arm. 10, 9. I want you to challenge your core here. 8, if you need to rest on that right elbow, you can. 7, but otherwise push that right arm into the right knee. Here's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're gonna reverse. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Left hand onto your hip, right elbow at your right ribs. Stay in this hinge, press the right leg to straight, reach the right arm out across the room, pull the right elbow in, bend the right knee. So my left side is staying the same. I'm really long through my left ribs, both sets of ribs on both sides should feel like they're pretty long. I don't want you crunching. But you are at a side hinge, and that's really coming from the hips. Yes. So just extend that arm, straighten the leg. Good. Let's go for 5. There's 5. 4, really pull that belly button back. 3, 2, 1. Good job. Come on in. Let's sit back upright, and then we're going to walk the feet in so we can come into our plie. So heels turned in, toes turned out. Check that your knees are going over the toes. So if you got to turn your toes in a little bit, go for it. All right, these arms are going to be in your cactus position, and we're just going to go from side to side. I want you to try to tap the elbow to the knee, and if you can, then get a little lower in the hips. Good. Take your time. 7, 7, 6, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, come upright, elbows come in and out. Last set. 9, 8, get a little lower. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. Put those weights down. We're going to revisit this on the other side. So take your hands to the floor, step that leg back to plank, look forward. Take a moment here. We're going to chaturanga all the way down. So stay on your toes if you can. Move yourself forward on your toes. Elbows slide in by your ribs. Try to get that nice 90-degree bend in the elbow, and then all the way down. We're going to stretch the chest. Take the left hand out. Rotate onto that left side. Stretch the front of the shoulder. All the way over to the right. Right arm goes out, roll on that right side. Stretch the shoulder. Good, come back through center. So you can either chaturanga back to your knees, or you can think about lifting your knees, pressing into the feet, pushing into your hands all the way back into a plank, and down dog. All right, we're gonna go for the left side here. Left leg inhales up and back. Exhale, bring that knee across to the right wrist, and then send that left foot out, and turn onto that left side. You're facing the right. All right, right arm's gonna be under and open. Reaches under and open. Here's 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Good job. Place that hand down, slide that left knee forward. step forward for warrior two. I'm gonna just turn myself around. All right, so as you come up, I want you to press into your feet, set your stance, make sure your weights are nice and close. All right, so now the right leg's turned slightly in, left knee's going right over that second toe, hips feel pretty level from side to side, okay? All right, left arm can be right inside that left leg. You're gonna hinge. I wanna feel straight from the heel to the top of my head. Right arm by your shoulder, punch over the ear, pull it in. If you wanna go ahead and use both weights, you can. There's 8, and I want you to feel this work in the obliques. So this whole side body should be working. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Make those circles. Big circle with the arm. Take your time. Make the circle work for you. So if it doesn't need to be so big, make it smaller. There's 8, 7. This should feel nice and fluid in the shoulder. 6, 5, 4. And if it's too much with weight, drop the weight. 3, 2, 1. We're going to reverse. 10. So it's nice and controlled, right? There's no whipping it around. There's no momentum. Here's 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take that right hand to your hip, left elbow in by your left ribs, and then here's where we're gonna push that left leg straight and reach the left arm out, pull it back in. So ideally, that line along my right side is staying the same. Here we go for 8, moving from that left leg. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Good job, bring it in. Come on upright, we're gonna wiggle those heels in. Sit down in that plie. All right, so this time we're gonna take those elbows up, and instead of doing side bends, we're gonna do twists. So we're gonna rotate left, center, right, center. Just holding the arms in this cactus position if you can. Again, if you need to walk your knees in, you need to hinge forward, but I want you to check that your knees feel okay here. Let's go 5 more. 5, get your butt down. There's 4, 3, use your waist. 2, cinch it in. Last round. 1, 1. Palms drop to the imaginary table. Palms come up to the imaginary wall. Imaginary table, imaginary wall. Get your butt low. Here's 8, 7. You do little pulses. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it low. Last set. Punch forward. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Great job. Walk your toes in, set your weights down, and just hinge forward and stretch. If you need to walk your feet a little wider, you can, but just let your head come down towards the floor. Let the back side of the body lengthen. If you want to walk your hands back in between your legs, you can. Take just one more big breath here. Now walk your hands back forward. See if you can bend into your left knee, maybe hop up onto the toes and take your right heels to the floor with your toes up. Now I'm just going to turn my body a little more towards the center between my legs and walk out and fold forward. So you should feel hopefully that stretch through that inner thigh, that hamstring on the right leg. Take one more breath here. Good. Press down into your hands, shift your weight up and over to the right. So now my right knee's bent, right heel can pop up, left heel can anchor down in toes. I'm gonna be right kind of in the center of that V that my legs create, and I'm gonna fold down towards the And give me just maybe 2 breaths here. Good. Go ahead now and just come all the way onto your bottom. One last thing, I just want to stretch your abs and hips and you're done. So right shin in front, parallel to the edge of your mat. Left ankle is going to try to sit on top of that right knee. So if you can get both your cheeks down, great. And if your knees look like this, that's fine. Maybe you can put a pillow in between them, or you can set your hands back behind you and just start to encourage that left knee to start to drop. I don't want to put too much pressure in, and I don't like make any sort of cranking action on the knee, but I want to maybe just see if I can relax my hip. So if you're feeling this all in the left hip, you probably have a little license to go ahead and push on the knee. If you're feeling any tension in the knee, then don't put any pressure there. In fact, you might even just come seated figure 4. But if you have this tightness in the hip here, you can give a little bit of assistance. And if it starts to go, and you start to feel like the knees are getting closer towards each other, you can start to hinge forward. Just take one more big breath. Good, and we'll switch. Left shin's parallel, right ankle on top of left knee. See if you can either take the hands behind you to encourage that right knee to drop. Or maybe they start to come out in front and you can hinge forward. But yeah, no pain in the knee. Just 2 more breaths. One more. Good. All right. Good work.